Dun, 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 dun. Copyright claims. For a while, it's been too long since we did a YouTube stream on the Talks channel. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to idon'tmanagemycables.com. I am your host, Andrew Erickson, and I am going to share this link with the very beautiful website of Twitter, with endless possibilities outside of the character limit. Ooh, this is a last-minute thing, by the way. It was a very busy day, and I was like, do I have time for this? Do I have time for this? And I realized that while thinking about whether or not I had time for this, I was wasting time. So there's too much time spent thinking, need to just do it now. For another random live Q&A. Done. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Christopher, Adam, Chris, Jake, Mike, Josh, Joe up 9. I'm doing good. How are you guys doing? It's actually clearing up. We're getting actual reasonable air quality again. We might have to go outside today. It's looking good out there. The fires are receding, which is nice. Appreciate that. Let's see. It has been a while since hard-hitting questions. I'm ready for more. I need more hard-hitting questions, Mike. There better be more. Who's enjoying iOS 14? I know I am. I've been enjoying it for the past 3 months, but I'm glad everyone else gets to appreciate it now. And I think I just finished my longest tech video. I could be wrong. Someone's telling me in Discord my longest was the Pixel 3 rant. Let me see. I think today's might beat it. Yeah, Apple Sheep unfairly nitpicks the Pixel 3. That was 33 minutes. The rant on the Pixel Slate was 23 minutes. Man, it felt a lot longer than that. The first Pixel was 30 minutes. I think this might have it beat. I could be wrong. Maybe I'm just missing something, but I think this is the longest tech video ever. It's exporting currently. How do you organize your YouTuber stuff? Got a computer and phone only for that? Specific accounts, etc.? I pretty much... Do I have specific accounts? I pretty much only have one Google account. I do have... I do think I have more than one, but I don't use it very much. Typically, everything's tied to just... I use my Talos of Tech account mainly for my mainstream viewing stuff. Now, iPhone and Tesla need to be updated, but I don't have Wi-Fi. Oh, that's a problem. You do need Wi-Fi. I did not get the Series 6. I don't have much organizational skills. I'm really not that smart when it comes to keeping things clean, as you can tell behind me, or keeping things well organized. I'm very sloppy when it comes to that kind of stuff. I guess I just kind of organize everything in my brain. People who organize things are just too lazy to look for things, as I've always said. I have good memory, so I'm able to recall exactly where I left everything in a giant pile of a mess. Let's see. What do you mean, Jerry? Does my wife get upset at how much time I dedicate to Gorge? Did you mean work? Dedicate to the channel. Okay, that's quite the autocorrect. No, not really, actually. She's very supportive, and she's been very helpful with it. She helped me a lot today with work, actually, and typically pushes me to say, you know, if you want to keep working, if you want to work longer today, you can. She was just telling me that right before I went live, because today's video has taken so much time and has been a big project, but I knew it was coming, so I kind of had it all planned in my head pretty well. So there was a lot of execution to take place. There was a lot of filming. There was a lot of editing. And there was just a lot of the grind to get done today with the rant video. But it was not very mentally exhausting because I'd been kind of thinking about it all week. And I knew exactly what jokes, what bits, and how long I wanted the video to be. And I knew what points I wanted to make. So mentally, I'd kind of done all the work already. It was just I had to actually do it now. How much do I pay for rent? Asks Han. $0. I bought my house and we have paid it off. There's no mortgage. So yeah, I love not having to worry about rent. It's awesome. Highly recommend. I don't own any Apple stocks. No. Um, Tesla, I won't say. I'm telling you nothing. I won't say. I'm not confirming nor denying my ownership of Tesla stock. What's my battery health on my Series 4? I believe last I checked it's 89%. I'll double check again just so this live stream is up to date. Yep, it's still at 89%. I haven't seen it drop ever since they added that in watchOS 7. They let you check your battery health. If there is one thing that might make you leave the iPhone, what would it be? Man, I don't know. I guess if it didn't run iOS. Oh, I didn't know that the plastic of the Surface Duo is... The side of the Surface Duo is plastic. I'm just now hearing about this. I'm not getting an Apple Watch SE because I have a Series 4, so it's pretty much the exact same thing, except the SE doesn't have an ECG, but I don't use the ECG on my watch that much, so I can kind of imagine what that's like in the first place. You've got your Stranger Things next to your Star Wars. How dare you be so organized? I'm thinking about taking those down, actually. I've had those posters for so long, and I used to have them up in my attic, and now I have them up here. And I don't know if they really go with the vibe of my life anymore. I'm really not crazy into movies and TV shows as much as I used to be, or at least reviewing them. I still watch them a lot, but I really don't put much thought into them of like, how would I review it? How would I talk about it? And sometimes there's interesting things, but oh man, we watched a movie a couple days ago. I don't know if any of you in the chat have ever seen The Green Inferno, but oh my god, that movie made me sick. And I still have images of that film in my head. Don't watch The Green Inferno if you're easily squeamish or quick to have I don't know. If you're known for vomiting, do not watch The Green Inferno. Oh my god, that movie was stressful. It was the most stressful movie. It's very, very R-rated. I'm actually surprised. Okay, Weem62 knows what I'm talking about. I'm actually surprised that movie's rated R. If I was in the MPAA, I would have rated that movie X. I would have said, like, don't watch this. No one should watch this. I'd say, like, heck no. Yeah, Boris Becker is live again. Is Louise pushing for the SE? Oh, God, no. Louise would rather sell the watch she has currently and not have an Apple Watch. She does not care about new tech products in the slightest. When does my Series 6 come in? So it kind of sucks. Like, I really was excited for the Series 6. I was planning on ordering one regardless to review. But then I wanted the product red one, and it said deliveries wouldn't start... deliveries for mine wouldn't start until September 25th. And I tried it in different finishes, and I tried it with different watch bands, and they only seemed to get worse. There was not a version of the Series 6 I could order that would get here today, even though on Apple, when Apple announced it and everything, they were like, Series 6 deliveries start this Friday. I was like, oh, cool. And nothing on my... So maybe it has something to do with my location, but yeah, nothing... no watch I could order would deliver on Friday, so I have to wait till next week, sadly. Which sucks because I'm really excited to use it, and someone wants to buy my Series 4, so I might end up keeping the Series 6. We'll see. Oh, you need to be 18 to use the blood oxygen in the Series 6. I didn't know that. Let's see. Do you know Linus from Linus Tech Tips? No, I didn't know he's going to die. I think we're all going to die eventually, but I don't know if he's announced something, in which case that's inappropriate to mention, but oh yeah, MKBHD always gets his celebrity treatment with the early products. Why wouldn't he? It's Marquez Brownlee. Of course he would. In other news, I'm not getting the Series 6 today, but the Galaxy Z Fold 2 is out for delivery. So I might have to get up and run out of the room for a second, possibly. Here in Holland, all the new products don't ship until October. Ugh! October, that's too long. Yeah, ECG is 22 years old, I believe. I haven't noticed worse battery life with watchOS 7, to be honest. It still lasts me 2 days. Let's see. If this year's new iPhone color is blue, what would like next year's color be? Oh, I don't know. They can come up with so many colors as they want. I don't know. I've always wanted red stainless steel. I always thought that would look good, but something is a little difficult about the getting the paint right on stainless steel. I've heard is a little tricky. Oh, you got your Series 5 refurbished. That's the way to go. Certified refurbished is like the Goldilocks zone. That's like perfect. The amount of deals you can find there on the iPad Pros, if they have them, they go fast. But same with the Series 5. That's probably a better deal than getting the SE. But just a reminder to those in the chat. I'm okay with answering tech questions, but we're on talks. All right, so we don't have to limit ourselves just to tech. If you have other questions, we can go there too. What would you be doing if Apple didn't exist? Probably not this. I think we would all be doing something different. It would be a very different tech world without Apple. That's for sure. I don't know. Probably be working on the Mandarin Ranch at this point. Or maybe I'd still be in college or going to film school or something. But one could argue the film industry would be very different without Apple, believe it or not. How's the car doing? Have the fires and COVID made it a bit rusty to start? No, the car hasn't got much action lately. It's pretty much just sitting in the garage, thankfully, out of the smoke and the ash, so it's not really covered in anything. It's in decent shape, still running fine. AC seems to be working okay, but we don't use it very much. And yeah, I'm not super close to any California fires, but the smoke has been crazy for the past couple weeks. The air quality was insane. I think one day the air quality was like 350 on the AQI, which is super duper unhealthy, really dangerous. But now it's gone down. It's gone up a lot, which is good. The air quality has gone back into the green. So we're doing okay now. The smoke isn't bothering us as much as it used to. No, I don't watch Mr. Who's the Boss. Nothing against him. I don't watch a lot of tech creators in the first place. Series 5 went on sale on Amazon too. That's probably a good deal then. Isn't it tough to film videos every day and need to think of something to talk about and have opinions about? Sometimes, yeah. The trickiest part is usually trying to come up with video ideas. Once you have an idea, it's really not hard because I enjoy it a lot. So I like making videos and sharing my opinions or breaking down arguments on certain things. And the tech community has lots to talk about right now. We've got new Apple products around the corner and new Apple products that were just announced. And so I've got a big, long list of tech video ideas. EV's getting a little bit dry, but I think it's because it's the calm before the storm. There's not a lot of tech news right now, probably because we got Battery Day next week, and there's a lot of hype leading up to that. There's literally been like a year's worth of delays for Tesla Battery Investor Day, so I'm really excited to see it and talk about it, but leading up to it, there's very little things to talk about in the first place. So there's little bits of news here and there, but I've had a harder time finding subjects for the EV channel, but that's okay because that's kind of the beauty of having two fairly active channels is that a lot of the time it'll be pretty dry in the tech news, but there will be lots of stuff to talk about in the EV sector. And then we have times like right now where it's vice versa, where there's lots to talk about in tech, but not so much in EV. So it's kind of like a two-factor, if one field gets dry, then the other one typically is more exciting. And sometimes they can both be dry, or other times they can both be really exciting. So it just gives you more stuff to talk about. Clock's ticking to return the Surface Duo. I know. I've got 30 days technically, so I've got quite a bit of time to decide, but right now it's not looking good. I've not been enjoying it very much. I haven't been playing many games at all recently, to be honest. I used to play Minecraft quite a bit, but now that I've been so busy with videos and editing and spending time with Louise, there hasn't really been. That's why I haven't spoken much about the PlayStation or the Xbox, despite all these announcements going around. I just don't play games much anymore. Let's see. Now there's a lot to talk about Apple, but before there wasn't much besides leaks and hypothetical stuff. That's going to be a lot of tech news, I think. I think this year's iPhone is going to be the biggest iPhone upgrade in a long time. and it's not going to be super interesting for the next few years. So I think that the tech news sector is going to get very, very dry, and the EV sector is going to get progressively more interesting over the next decade. I mean, we've got GM talking about doing more electric trucks. We've got Ford working on their factory for an electric F-150. We've got the Cybertruck coming out. We've got gigafactories going up all over the world. Expansion in China, Giga Texas, Giga Berlin, probably more factories to go up in time. So there's a bunch of stuff that I think is going to get really, really interesting with EV. Whereas smartphones, it's going to get harder and harder to make daily content about. I don't have plans on getting a Surface Studio, no, but I would like to try one. If someone offered me one, I would very enthusiastically say yes, because I think that looks cool. If I was forced to have a Windows PC, I think that's the one I would get. Seeing the Neuralink chip reminds me of the biochips that caused the clones in Star Wars to turn on the Jedi. Was it biochips? You're probably referencing something out of Clone Wars. Because when I watched Revenge of the Sith, they all just knew about Order 66. I don't recall it being a biochip. I heard rumors that Apple CEO Tim Cook might step down soon. I hope the next person to take over would make the best products technologically possible and not recycle the same products over and over. Well, that's a difficult discussion because you don't know exactly if making the best products with the best technology possible is best for the consumer. Because time and time again, the best-selling phones and the devices that have sold the best for Apple were not the devices with the best technology. They figured out when to say no to certain hardware and when to say yes. For the past few years, it was like iPhone XR, iPhone 11. Those were not of the best technology. They had LCD displays when OLED had been a thing. They didn't have triple camera systems when other phones had triple camera systems. But they sold and did really well because Apple was able to figure out, here's the features that people care about. We should prioritize those over the best of the best specs. I do agree when it comes to like the Pro iPhones, if you're talking about the higher end iPhones that are more expensive and not meant to be sold in high volume. Any company has to draw the line of like, okay, we could probably put super high class specs, but it will make the phone thousands and thousands of dollars, so it's probably not going to be worth it. So it's a real delicate balance they have to find themselves in. But yeah, it's going to be weird if Tim Cook steps down, which he's getting to that age. He's getting kind of older, and he's been in charge of Apple for a long, long time. So he's probably thinking about retiring. He's getting up there in age. Let's see. Is it worth getting the new 12 Pro Max or getting used 11 Pro Max? I would at least wait until the new iPhones come out. If you have an iPhone 10, try to wait a little bit longer and see if you want the 12 Pro Max or not. I'm curious what that ring on the inside is on the new iPhones. Yeah, I think I saw a few leaks that were suggesting it was like kind of like MagSafe except for Qi charging. So the charger would lock the iPhone precisely where it needed to be so that charging it, you wouldn't have to line it up as much. Which is kind of tackling the same AirPower problem, which is like you can drop your phone anywhere. This is a little bit different because it's like the charger will grab your iPhone and put it exactly where it needs to charge properly. In which case, okay. Very different from AirPower, but kind of tackling the same issue. Let's see. Do you know anything about the ARM MacBook Pros? Not much. I mean, the leaks are pretty much just that it's going to be a laptop first, probably a smaller one, and that they would likely introduce the lower-end Apple Silicon first and then work their way up, which makes sense to me. You don't want to introduce the best of the best silicon and then work your way down. That would just be underwhelming. But if you introduce with the slowest chip, which would probably be on something like a MacBook Air or an entry-level MacBook Pro or a 12-inch MacBook, start with that, and then over time, make faster and faster chips. Hey, I love you too, Randy. Randy's in the chat. He's probably not going to join today's stream because he's working, but keep in mind, people, it is Nick and Sweeney's birthday today, so make sure you wish him a very happy birthday. Me and him are finally the same age again. We're both 22 and hosts of a podcast which has been featured in the Apple commercial. But thanks for helping me out with the birthday video, Randy. Appreciate it. Steve Jobs stayed with the company until he died, so who knows what Tim will do. I think I don't know if Steve Jobs was super involved with the company in the last few months. You are working. I'm gonna help you pass the time by. How are you working and watching a live stream at the same time? Alexander Garlock super chatted. Thank you. Says iPhone 12 Pro Max mid-October. At this point, I would say unveiling. Sure, we'll know what it looks like by mid-October, but I don't know if you will be able to accept delivery of one mid-October. It's most likely they won't ship the Pro iPhones until November. We'll see. Oh, you're working on releasing the song as a whole, multitasking. Okay, good. I'm excited. I'm excited for the rest of the world to hear it too. I've never gotten products early like Marquez. No company has really offered a contract to me or something like that. I don't think there's much benefit in that, given the size of my channel isn't very big anyway, so they wouldn't really see the need to send me something early. But I don't really like signing contracts and agreeing to things like that. So I don't see the need. A Wild Michael has appeared, indeed. They don't want me to rip it apart. Yeah, they're probably worried that if someone sent me a product early, I would reveal it or I would give it away. Maybe I'm too active on Discord and on Twitter, or they would think I would start sending it around to people. Josh LaRose, thank you for the super chat, says, I wish Apple would make a smaller Mac tower in the style of the Mac Pro, but have more consumer-grade specs, maybe called Macintosh or something. I agree. That would be nice. I think that the idea of having a tower should be that you save money by not having to buy an all-in-one, which has next generation, everything has to be designed in such a way that it goes together, and you have to buy this monitor and these speakers like I'm using with my iMac. But if you just had the components and you could provide your own monitor, provide your own speakers, that should be able to save you money, which was why I was kind of disappointed with the Mac Pro, is it felt like, all right, well, there's no built-in speaker or display, or there's, keyboard and mouse and that kind of thing, like a all-in-one, but you get really good performance. But then the Mac Pro ended up costing more than an all-in-one. It ended up being more expensive, and the base model specs weren't even that good. So that's why I was kind of like, no. I don't want to beef with anyone to get more views. I don't like beefing. No, thank you. I didn't realize the sides of the Duo were plastic either. They don't feel like plastic. It's very sturdy. And no, I probably will not be buying the PS5 because I have no use for it. Hey, Ezra ordered his first Apple Watch today. Congrats. Hope you like it. Let's see. Any idea why watchOS 7 removed Force Touch on Force Touch capable watches? Because the way they've redesigned the menus in Force Touch are faster. You actually save time by not force touching options and menus, which probably made Apple feel real stupid about redesigning the OS so that there's little buttons and stuff. But Force Touch actually takes longer now compared to the redesigned menus and stuff of watchOS 7. So that's why they removed it, is because to keep it would make it worse. That's just, them's the facts. Apple Sheep buys PS5 just to say buy it if you want the exclusives. That's pretty much what would happen. The console wars are kind of endless. It's like, well, if the console you want has the game you want, buy that one. And if it doesn't have the games you want, don't buy that one. That's pretty much what all the consoles come down to. Because it doesn't matter if the Xbox has better performance than the PlayStation. You're going to want to play the new Spider-Man game, and if that's not available on the Xbox, you don't care if it has better performance. That's really what it all comes down to. So buying the console myself, I don't think would be that interesting. I don't think I have much to add, and as a non-gamer myself, I probably wouldn't be able to review it very adequately or say very much interesting points on the subject anyway. Where can we listen to the music you play on your tech videos, assuming that is possible? Randy, if you're still watching or if you're still tuning into the stream, people want to hear the music I use in my tech videos, and you made it. You're credited in the description. Halo all the way. Oh, yeah. You're going to buy the Xbox for Halo regardless. But, yeah, people want to hear that song, so I don't know if you've posted that anywhere. I don't think you have, but you should. We've got people asking for it. All the exclusives that Sony unveiled are also available on PC, not so exclusive. Yeah, but that's like a whole different argument in itself. Buying a PC is different than, when the PS5 starts at $400, and the Xbox Series S starts at $300. Getting a PC with comparable specs for that price point and that ease of setup is a little bit of a different discussion. No, I don't use CDs or cassettes anymore. It's 2020. Come on. Does anyone? The console war is like the 100-year war in Atla. It had a big battle initially, then now it's going very slow. I'm sure you're right, Alex. One thing I've noticed about watchOS 7 is if I have my arms crossed because I don't know what to do with my hands, my Apple Watch will turn on and go into random apps because it senses skin on the display. I've never had that problem. It's never done that for me. I'm crossing my arms right now and I don't see that. What is the last time you missed the headphone jack? I don't have any cables or accessories that use it, so I can't really think of a time. Oh, Mike, you don't use cassettes. Oh, come on. It's not posted anywhere at the moment. You're the only one, Drew. Let me see what I can do. Well, I don't want to post it on your behalf. It's not I didn't write it. You wrote it. But if you're thinking about like adding more music to Spotify and Apple Music and stuff, there's one to consider. It's up to Randy really if he's okay with other people using it, but I don't speak for Randy on this, but if he's okay with it, I wouldn't mind if other people want to use that music. I don't care. If they want to, that's fine. But if Randy says he would rather other people not use it, then please listen to Randy, honor Randy's wishes, because he is the artist there. Let's see. I wonder if Apple didn't send out a 14.1 beta because that has all the iPhone 12 stuff in it. Huh. That's an interesting idea. Mike says he'll pay Randy for the music. There you go. Randy's going to clean it up and make it streaming friendly. There you go. All right. We might see it on other platforms too. He could upload it to YouTube as well. Screams internally in audio editor. 69 people are watching. Nice. That's wonderful. Let's see. Gets reminded about no headphone jack. Oh yeah. Surface Duo definitely doesn't have a headphone jack. I don't think it would fit. I've just kind of gotten used to it. I've got 4 devices on my desk and none of them have a headphone jack. So I'm kind of used to it not being there at all. Just got my Apple Watch SE in the mail today. Really liking it so far. Great. Glad you like it, Kevin. I think the SE is a good value. That's probably the watch most people should buy if you can't find a Series 4 or 5 on clearance. Reposting hard-hitting questions. Apples or oranges? Ooh, okay. I think I'm a bit biased as an Apple sheep. I just had an apple about an hour ago. And I have not had an orange in probably a few months. Here's the thing. Apples, you don't have to peel them. You literally you can pick them from the tree. You should probably wash them off a little bit or wipe them off on your shirt. But for the most part, Apple wins 10 out of 10 with convenience. You literally just pull it off the tree, start eating it. Oranges, can't really do that. It would be rather unpleasant to start eating directly into the orange peel, which I have done. I do not recommend it. Though to play devil's advocate, an orange is probably a bit better on juiciness. Apples feel a bit more starchy like a potato. And they do have good flavor, don't get me wrong. I love a good apple. But I think once you peel an orange, once you get into that fleshy, meaty interior, the juice is a lot more replenishing. It's a lot more filling, the amount of acid you get out of that citrus. So both are good, but I think I'll have to side with an apple over convenience. No, I don't peel my apples before eating them. Do people do that? I want to know someone who does that. Will Apple remove the headphone jack on the MacBooks with the ARM transition? Yeah, I really don't know. Maybe. Maybe for the sake of keeping people up to date. What is your favorite food dish? I can't... It's hard to pick a favorite, but I will tell you, I think we've talked about this in previous streams, my favorite meal of all time is just a burger with fries and some type of drink that's not water. That type of, like a milkshake or something like that. Fries, milkshake, burger. Man, that sucks because I know for a fact we're not going to eat that today. But I will also add there are lots of great meals outside of that because that's not healthy. Louise and I helped a little bit. She did most of the work, but I helped a little. Louise and I made chicken nuggets last night at home. We cut up the chicken. You mix a little milk with some egg yolk, and you dump it in, I think, flour and some seasoning. You let the wet chicken kind of pick up some of that flour and that seasoning. Then you dump it in the egg and the milk, and then you take it out of the egg and the milk and dump it in breadcrumbs, and then out of the breadcrumbs into hot oil over the stove, and that made these really, really delicious homemade chicken nuggets, which were delicious, and I loved dipping them in ranch and ketchup and mustard. So that was a great meal we had last night, and made at home potato chips. That's right. She cut up some potatoes and legit made. I have some pictures here, I think, actually. Let me pull them up. Oh my God, there's a lot of pictures. Why did I favorite this? So these are homemade. You could probably tell. Hold on, I can't see the webcam. They definitely don't look like potato chips out of a bag, but we made those, and they were delicious. Some of them were made straight out of, some of them still had a little bit of potato flesh on them, but I didn't really mind that because it was like combining fries and potato chips into one snack, and it was really, really fun to eat. The chicken nuggets themselves are a little bit darker than probably what you would see at a fast food restaurant. This is what they look like when they take them out of the oil, but they taste really, really good. Highly recommend. The recipe is a little bit of work, but it's not that complicated. Even I can do it, and I'm an idiot. Yeah, we should probably review them on Taylor's of Food, huh? Oh, yeah, Sancho Pancho. Thank you for the €1. Appreciate that. Appreciate the super chat. Let's see. I got to catch up with the chat here. Should we buy a fully spec'd out Mac Pro or a similarly priced Tesla Model 3 or Model Y? Those are all really close, huh? Yeah, I think you got to go with the Mac Pro. It's got those wheels, $700 wheels. Can't beat that. I don't think a Model Y has anything on a maxed out Mac Pro. Mike, super chatted $1 says, get yourself a commercial burger since it's been a while, Drew. Nice nuggets, though. Thank you for the donation and complimenting me on my nuggets. Very much appreciated. And thank you, Mike. You gotta keep these super chats to yourself. You're already buying my HomePods, dude. You're gonna be losing too much money on me. I'm too expensive of a friend at this point. You should make sweet potato chips, or maybe go full health mode and make plantain chips. Yeah, but I'm sorry. I was just trying to think of a good response to someone saying you should eat more healthy, and I'm like, I got all my life to be healthy. I'm at the only stage of my life where I can kind of get away with eating unhealthy food. No, I know. We've been trying to eat pretty healthy, actually. I think we've done okay. I'm just describing to you all of the good food, which is unhealthy, because I don't have much interest in telling you about the boring food like salads and fruits and, the traditional stuff. Subtitelos of food. Oh, yeah. Thank you, Josh. Have you ever ate a Macintosh? I'm referring to the actual apple, not the computer. Yeah, I think so. I've had a lot of different apples over the years. Genuinely, I'm an apple sheep of the fruit and the company. I really like different apples. What laptop do I use daily? I don't have a MacBook, actually, believe it or not, but I do consider my iPad to be a laptop because it does have a trackpad and a keyboard, and I use it like a laptop a bit, so that's probably it. Kamatapi Gaming, thank you for the super chat. Says, when are you going to do more gaming streams? I really don't have much plans to be honest. I think I've been trying to do gaming content for years, to be honest. I've been doing gaming videos actually as long as I've been doing tech videos, some people, most of you probably don't remember that, because when I first started branching out the network into doing more types of content, I made a channel for everything. It wasn't just like, oh, let me start doing tech videos. It was like, let me start doing tech, movie reviews, music, gaming, all that stuff. I started branching out all at the same time, and I think I started emphasizing more gaming content than I did tech content originally, because I figured gaming was a bigger portion of YouTube than tech was. And I was interested in tech, but I wasn't planning on doing it full time. It was just supposed to be a side thing. So obviously the tech stuff has done really well, and the audience and the members of Tailosive have spoken. They're very, very much in favor of tech videos. That's clearly done well. But the gaming stuff I've been trying to do for years, and it's really just never taken off. I've tried to do consistent gaming streams, or stream highlights, or edited gaming videos, or just talking about gaming news like upcoming consoles or upcoming gaming hardware, or reviewing gaming hardware and that kind of thing, or unboxing it. I've tried to do so many different things with gaming, and I've never really found a stride. I've never really found the niche that I've found with tech that people like, that people want to come back and be like, talk more about this gaming stuff. So I don't know. I'm split down the middle on it, because I haven't really, clearly I branched into the EV community and started doing more EV videos, and that's done really well. A lot of people like to watch those, and I've kind of found this whole separate sector of the YouTube community where now we have all these new people that aren't even watching Tailosive Tech, but they are watching Tailosive EV. So I guess people have more interest in that, and they don't have much interest in me doing the gaming stuff. So I, for the most part, prioritize what most people want me to do. So I haven't seen much demand with gaming, so that's why I haven't prioritized it very much. And I don't have many original thoughts on the Series SX or PS5, which is why I don't really have much plans to do more gaming streams or more gaming videos. If anything, I don't know. I've thought about maybe just handing off the gaming channel to someone else. I know Mike is suggesting that Wyatt should just stream Animal Crossing, but Wyatt doesn't have great internet where he lives, and I think if he does stream, he wants someone else to be with him. He's not very good at just like, not that he's not good at it, he just doesn't take much joy out of just playing a game and reading the chat. Typically, if Wyatt's playing a game, he wants to be invested in the game, and the live stream stuff typically requires you to pay attention to the chat and what people are saying. So yeah, he's I'm not gonna force him to do anything, but if he wanted to, I would let him. If he wanted to do his own gaming streams on that channel, but I don't think he has much interest in doing it by himself, and I don't have a lot of time in my schedule to just go over to his place or him come over here and just stream with him all the time. So yeah, I don't know what the future of Tailosive Gaming holds, to be honest. Dan the Movie Man is also very busy. He works a lot. He's also working full-time at his job. I'm not going to say what he does for a living, but because I don't know if he's comfortable with me making that known to the public. But he's engaged. He's getting married soon, so I know he's very busy planning the wedding for that, and working full-time. And when he can, he tries to do a movie review video, which I appreciate and I like to watch. But yeah, you got to pick your battles. You've got only so much time in the day. You got to make the most of it. So I'm gonna prioritize the channels and the content that most people are interested in. That's what we've been doing. Let's see. Wyatt does need Starlink. I think everyone needs Starlink. Are you a 24-hour clock kind of guy or a 12-hour clock type guy? I just grew up with 12-hour. I can't read 24. If I do see a 24-hour time, I have to do the math in my head. I'm like, okay, so that plus 12 minus that, and that's how I have to do it. Let's see. It was so fun back in the day watching your Fortnite streams. Yeah, I don't know what to do Fortnite-wise anymore. I can't really play it on my phone or my iPad because that's gone, even on Android. And apparently Epic is saying it's gone on the Mac, but I don't think it actually is. They just don't want to develop for it. They still can technically optimize for the Mac if they wanted to. It's just not through the Mac App Store, but they can still write DMG files, I believe. that kind of thing. What am I most looking forward? What am I looking forward to in 2021? I'm hoping that the world can start to go back to normal. I guess it would be nice if you just have to right click to open it. Oh, okay, that's what I thought. It would be nice if the pandemic started to go down a little bit and we could start opening things up again, but only in the proper circumstances. So I'm very excited for COVID to go away. That would be really, really nice. Also, me and Louise are getting really into the investment game, so I guess we're getting really, really more serious about investing in the stock market and that kind of thing. So 2021 should be our biggest year yet, basically, for, you know, saving money and putting money aside. Like, all of 2021, we're going to have a paid off house, no rent, no mortgage, no debt, and we're really excited about that. Building up our emergency fund and putting money away and trying to maximize our savings, basically, is, I guess, what I'm excited for. But more Apple Silicon Macs is exciting, I suppose. Yeah, the fires have receded quite a bit, at least where I am. I mean, they're still going, but the smoke is not covering us as much. I can see the sky now. It's great. I can see blue outside the window, which is weird. I haven't seen blue in like weeks. Let's see. I'm a musician and haven't had a good gig since late March. Oh, no, Josh, that sucks. I'm sorry. That must be terrible. Yeah, I'm really fortunate and blessed that in my line of work, I haven't really been impacted that much by COVID. But I absolutely know there's tons of you guys out there like Josh LaRose and others that really benefited a lot from being able to go to locations and events and make money off of that. And now they just can't because of all these shutdowns, which is really, really frustrating. How fast can I type? I don't know. I haven't actually taken one of those test things. Can you do that on a website? Maybe I should do that live. Yeah, there's a lot less smoke than there used to be. I'm sorry, Josh. I hope things can open up safely sometime soon. Let me see if that's a website. How fast can I type? I remember playing a TV box game that had a test where it was like type as fast as you can, and I think I remember winning. New gaming content. Take our speed test to find out. You typing with the 10 finger method? Is there another way? Oh, I don't want to log in. I'm at typingacademy.com if other people would I do it. Okay. Okay, I'm going to try. I think, I don't know how long it's going to measure my test for. Should I do it for like a minute or something? Do that and click per second test live. Okay. I think I'm ready. All right. Sorry if I can't read the chat for a second. I want to see how fast I can type. I really don't know this. Probably not very good, I'm guessing. I never like took the typing classes in school or anything. I literally just learned from using computers. Okay. Oh, what? It glitched out for a second. Oh, wait. No, this is weird. It like froze. It got confused. Or I made a typo, and when you make a typo, it won't let you go forward. Oh, can I share the screen? It should be sharing the screen. Why isn't it? Is it because... What the heck? OBS says it's sharing my display, but it isn't. It clearly isn't. Order move up. No. That didn't do it. What if I move the... Nope. It's not behind me. Sorry. OBS is being weird. Okay, I'm going to try it again. You can see the... I know you can't see the display. I'm aware. Is it going to be different text every time? Oh, it is. Okay. Ah! I messed the part. Oh no! I messed up. Oh, dang it. This is hard. It's faster, I swear, if I know what I'm gonna say. This website isn't telling me. Ah, dang it. Great new think now said to an married man show available hazard where very did season information do service game each started things here points my whole play also are like then held start no her much really help years is this is going to be really weird for anyone tuning in. Oh, needs into other be must of zoom after way look last the well zero him program many place went same had question another make it helps if I read it. I can type it better if I'm reading it out loud as I'm typing. Our from school year finished up people experience. Ah. Oh, it ended. 80 words a minute with a 1.87% error rate. Oh, that was in 2 minutes. 850 out of 1,000. How is that? Is that bad? Is 80 slow? This is great gaming content, I agree. They're very hard. I think I could have been faster if I started at the beginning reading the text. What's the average? High scores. Oh, I have to log in. 20% significance. Huh. 80 is good. Telosive typing, yes. This is very high quality content. I want to look up what the average is. What's the average typing speed? I'm interested now. I never typed that fast, though, for very long. 40! Hey! The average person types between 38 and 40 words per minute. I'm double average. That's great. I feel a lot better now about myself. Typing speed. Okay. What do you think? Shall I get the 2020 iPad Pro or wait for the new one? And when is it rumored to come? I may be able to wait since I got the 6th gen iPad. Slow down there, Flash. Oh, no, I didn't line up the OBS window properly. There I go. That's much better than my typing speed of 30 words per minute. I bet I could do faster than 80. I got to try it again in a second. Yeah, new iPad Pro is probably at the very earliest March of next year, more than likely June. But earliest case scenario, I would say March. So you're pretty close. If you can wait that long, I would wait that long. But if you really can't wait, you'll probably be fine. I mean, the next generation iPad Pro isn't probably going to be that drastically different. It might have a mini LED display, which will give it better color accuracy, but iPad Pros today have great color accuracies anyway. Would I recommend the Series 6 to someone who is buying one for the first time? If you've got the money, I guess it's a great watch, but I just think the SE is so much better value. If you're price conscious about anything, go with the SE. But if you just got tons and tons of money to burn on a watch, then I guess Series 6 is keep in mind, like, that's the best smartwatch ever. There's not a better watch in the world than the Series 6 when it comes to functionality and features and hardware and performance, and like that's the best there is. So would you recommend someone's first Mac be the Mac Pro with its high-class specs? Maybe. I would say get an Apple Watch SE, see if you like it, and if you feel like always on display would be more helpful, or if you have heart issues and you would rather track that kind of thing, then sure, opt for the Series 6. Yes, iPhone can record HDR. Yes, I did, Tony. I heard about the situation. I've tweeted about it. I shared Randy's video because I didn't think the way he was being treated was fair. So I spoke up, and yeah, that's what I think anyone should do when they feel like they're being abused or mistreated in some specific way, and that is not being shed light on. So yeah, I brought it up. For those who don't know, basically Randy here in the chat, who is a co-host of the podcast and wrote the music for so much Talos of stuff, and he's written music for Front Page Tech stuff a lot. He was promised payment by John Prosser of Front Page Tech of about $1,000 early this year, and he had gone 6, 7, 8 months without receiving payment, without really bringing anything up. And I've talked to Randy about it a lot, and he basically said if it was just him, he wouldn't have said anything. He would just say, okay, I guess I got scammed. I guess I got forgotten or ghosted, because there were months at a time where John wasn't responding to Randy's texts, which I found a little disrespectful. I mean, very disrespectful, because John was in our Discord telling people about leaks and telling me the Series 6 is going to have these great features that you just don't know about yet. And I have no clue what he was referring to, but basically, he was being very active with random people online, but ignoring the guy who he owed money. And then Randy found out that the logo designer, the guy who designed the Front Page Tech logo for this year, was promised $1,000 last November, and he had still yet to be paid. So that was like 9-10 months ago. And he was trying to get a hold of John and wasn't getting very clear answers from him and wasn't getting paid. So Randy felt the need to speak up and let people know that this is sadly becoming more of a recurring thing, not so much just a one isolated instance thing. And then I saw other people on Reddit start speaking up about it too. So it's not a pretty situation. Not happy about it. Really sad that it had to come to that. And I know Randy was trying to handle it not publicly, and he was trying to handle it behind the scenes as much as possible, and was not trying, Randy's not into drama. He's not into outing people or exposing people. He's not into cancel culture and that kind of thing. He just felt like he had to, because other people were getting impacted about it as well. So I was proud of him. I thought it was wise to speak up and bring that up and speak up for himself, and I'm glad he did. And then I found out, I think he got paid minutes after that video was posted, which I'm glad he got paid. I'm glad he finally was reimbursed for the work he provided, but we've still yet to hear back from the logo designer, which has been waiting nearly a year to be paid. And I'm very confused why he got paid as soon as he posted the video. Because to me that means he had the money. He was just choosing not to pay Randy for some reason. I don't know. I support it, and I was on, Randy's one of the closest friends I've ever had, and he's just been there for me, and he's been such a great friend, which is why I stood up for him, and I wanted people to know about it, just because I felt so bad for such a talented artist to be used like that. But it really had nothing to do with me. Nothing really impacted me directly, which is why I never did like a dedicated video or I didn't post the video before Randy, because it's not really my battle in the first place, and it's not like John did anything personally to me. He's always been very friendly and very nice to me. In years prior, we've had great conversations, and we've talked about stuff offline all the time and had great times. And I've on a personal level, he's never done anything against me. It was just I felt the need to stand up for my friend, because I care about Randy too, and I don't like seeing one friend misuse another. So yeah, that's why I did it. But seem to be mostly in the past now. I mean, I'm not in favor of people canceling FPT or canceling John. That's not what we're in favor of. I want all creators or any independent contractors in the YouTube field to know that, like, if you were promised something by a large content creator and they said they were going to pay you and they didn't, like, that's not okay. And It don't feel like that's a normal thing, or you should just be quiet about it and be like, well, okay, I guess I lost the money. Like, speak up about that, because that's not okay. Hold me accountable to that too. If I claimed I was going to pay someone $1,000 for designing something and then never paid them, I would also want to be called out, and I would do my best to fix the situation and apologize publicly. So that should go for everybody. Anyway, let's see. No, because Darwin, he had agreed to pay Randy out of pocket, and he had paid him less than half than what was promised. So he had agreed he was willing to pay him through PayPal or Apple Pay, and he still hadn't, and then decided to not pay him until after he posted the video about him, which means he had the money, he just didn't want to send it. So it definitely was not a hold up in payment service. So it was very bizarre. I don't understand why you would hold back from paying someone if you have the money and you promised it to them like 9 months ago. Like, I don't get it. But point is, it's been brought up. People are aware of it. $10 plus interest from my message the other day on the Talos of Tech stream, good sir. Yeah, that's right. Plus interest, of course. Absolutely. But yeah, I'm in favor of, I don't like the idea of people. It just felt so fishy to me to claim you were going to pay someone for designing something for you that you're going to use for your brand and your career. And then obviously when you tweet that out to hundreds of thousands of followers, you're going to get a bunch of people submitting you artwork and working around the clock because they want to get that $1,000. They want to get that grand. So you kind of are able to get a bunch of people working for you and submitting to you applications and submitting you logos, and for you to be like, cool, I like that one, and then not reimburse them and kind of just not communicate with them or tell them when you're going to get paid like 6, 7, 8, 9 months later. Yeah, after you've capitalized off of it too. It's like, yeah, I don't like that, and I think that should be called out. And I'm not in favor of taking down his channel or saying he should quit YouTube. Like, no, I want him to keep making stuff. Clearly, he has a very happy fan base that loves his videos, and I want him to be able to keep making videos. It's just that if you agree to pay someone something, pay it. Don't leave them on red for months at a time. So yeah, that's why I just say speak up if that kind of thing happens. That doesn't have to just be John. It could be me. If I ever do that, I want you guys to call me out for it and say, Drew, you're being a hypocrite. If I ever do something like that, speak up. Let me know. Because I want to try to fix it, and I do my best to not ghost people. I really do. I understand it gets busy, and YouTubers and creators have a lot of stuff going on, so you can get sidetracked with side projects and stuff like that. But that's why staying open and communicating is important. That's a important thing to remember. Yeah. Hopefully the lesson was learned. Agreed. I hope he can remember to not do those things in the future, hopefully, so that people don't get used. He is young and people can be dumb. Well, I mean, everyone makes mistakes. I'm not beyond forgiveness. I'm not beyond saying you must always hate this person. I'm just saying John's, I think, 5 years older than I am. So there's only so far the it's young argument can go. I'm much younger than he is, and I've been doing YouTube much less time than he is. But maybe, I don't know. Hopefully the ghosting thing is not as common as I think it is. Anyway, yeah, you can shoot pictures at 16:9 on the iPhone. I know. That's cool. YouTube should equal 4K YouTube, but it doesn't for me. 4K Apple TV, tvOS 14. I'm not streaming at 4K right now, if that's what you're wondering. Have you received your Apple Watch has shipped? No, I haven't. For some reason, they don't want to ship it yet, which is weird. I want it. Can they ship it already? Please? Please? Yes, I'm a huge SpaceX fan. In fact, spoiler alert, the very first frame of today's tech video is of Starship, which you may be wondering, like, how does this relate? It's not a spaceship video. It's not a SpaceX video, but as a meme, as part of the comedy-driven focus of today's rant, the first image is of Starship. So you guys know that. Do what you want with that information. You can do whatever you want. I don't care. But yeah, I'm a huge fan of SpaceX. I'm really excited for SN8 because Elon said that one's going to have a nose cone and flaps, and they're going to take it to 60,000 feet, which means they're actually going to fly the thing like twice as high as a lot of airliners, which is crazy. Not just a hop. This thing's going real high, so I'm pumped for that. All 4K YouTube videos don't play in 4K for me? Oh, that's weird. I thought they did. I don't know. I don't have an Apple TV anymore. I sold it. It's gone. I am officially without tvOS, so I have nothing to test it on because I don't like it. Are you still in favor of putting down money on a single motor Cybertruck if all the Teslas in the lineup were available? I mean, if you put a gun to my head and said I have to buy a Tesla right now, and you can pick one from anything in the line, anything you can reserve today, then yeah, I would probably still go with a single motor Cybertruck, just from the cost factor. And I like the idea of having a really heavy duty paint free car like that kind of can age really well. I like the Model 3s and Model Ys, but at the same time, I also don't like the idea of having such a pristine premium car that you have to baby and be careful of and get wrapped and wash it, and it gets rock chips in it and that kind of thing. I've seen a lot of people talk about that, including you, Mike, talk about how first day you drive it and first day you see it, it's really cool and premium, and then over time it kind of ages and you're like, no, I don't like it when this doesn't match and when this doesn't do that. I'm not really about that with my car. I let it collect scratches and it's covered in bugs and I don't wash it very much and there's paint chips all over my car and I don't really care. So yeah, Cybertruck would probably be my go-to. If it was available right now, I probably wouldn't buy it just because we have such little use for a car right now. So dropping all this money on a vehicle that would just sit in our garage doing nothing for most of the week, probably not a good use of money. So I guess I'm saying there's no plan, there's no timeline for when we're buying a Tesla or which Tesla we're buying. There's nothing really in mind, because right now there's very little need for a car. So right now, if we dropped $40,000-$50,000 on a Tesla, that would be, I don't know, something like 20% of our net worth dropped on something that would just sit outside and depreciate. So it's really not worth our time, especially with battery day coming up. It'd be like it seems like a good time to wait. If you're not in a hurry on getting a Tesla, you'll be fine. There's only good things to come in the future. Only better and better Teslas in the future. Rough Rider Show, thank you for the super chat. Says, I'm glad you follow SpaceX as much as me, and an Apple fan too. I'm a redhead and that loves Starship and Apple. Cheers to SN8. Cool. We got a lot in common, Rough Riders. Then, yeah, I'm glad you follow it as well. I'm setting up an Apple TV right now, as you say you don't have one. Perfect. I love my Y, even though its tailgate color doesn't 100% match its body now. I'm not taking it off-roading, but I'm not really babying it as much anymore. Maybe more just being careful. Yeah, I get that. See, I kind of look at Teslas the same way I look at computers and smartphones. And what I realized when I've driven around, I drove your Model Y and I've driven around Model 3s around town before, is like I've become hyper paranoid of like, oh my God, if I mess up in this car, it's going to cost me a fortune and it's going to, really scrape up or damage the car if I park wrong or I get rub up against the curb and that kind of thing. Whereas I feel like with the Cybertruck, it's more of a tank and you're not really worried about scraping things or bumping up against things as much. And as it gains wear and tear, it gains more character, which I guess I'm a fan of. I like the idea of driving something that you don't think about like, oh no, the paint might chip, or I better get a ceramic wrap on it. Tesla insurance is nice, but it is expensive. Far more expensive than what we're paying for our car right now, which means that all of that gas savings we would get from switching to electric would just immediately go towards insurance. So that's why there's not a huge... I can't say that buying a Tesla would save us money, even in the monthly cost. Around here it's around $120 a month, and for our Sonata it's like $30 a month. So it's a huge jump in insurance costs compared to how much it saves us on gas. Yes, it does save us a ton of money. So it's hard to compete. It's hard to justify from a financial perspective right now. But someday, if situations change and it would really help us to have a car, or we end up driving a lot more often, then the discussion could be open up again. But right now, really, not much help. That wouldn't do much for us. Maybe if we have kids, maybe. I know my wife is not in love with the Cybertruck and thinks it's too big and too overkill. We really don't run into situations where we need a truck anyway, but holy crap, it's 2:10. I realize my wife's getting off work now. I want to go hang out with her, but it's been fun hanging out with y'all. I appreciate all the super chats. It means a lot to me, very, very much. And the tech video, believe it or not, is still exporting, so it hasn't even started uploading yet. So it's been done for hours, but it's so long that the computer's taking its precious time exporting. So it should drop today. It'll probably be later tonight, but yeah, it's going to be a little while, so stay tuned for the longest tech video ever. But thank you all for watching. Hope you have an excellent rest of your day.